I have one last example that's sort of in the VLOOKUP genre, but it turns out you can't use VLOOKUP to solve it. Let's go on to index match. Here I have a simple form where someone chooses an SKU from cell C2, and then the VLOOKUP in C4 does its job. It goes out to the table in L and M and finds the description for me. But now I need to find the price. Well, this is tough because the price is located to the left of the SKU in my lookup table. Excel veterans would say, hey, this is easy. Just take column K and move it over to column N, and then you can build a lookup and ask for the third column. It would be great if Microsoft gave us the option to say we wanted the -1 column. In other words, go to the left of the key. But they don't do that. It's interesting, the solution to this problem involves two functions which appear to be completely useless. Let me describe the functions to you. The first function is the match function. The match function works exactly like VLOOKUP. It says, go take that value in C2 and look through the SKUs in L2 to L29. The false means we want an exact match. When it finds the match, it will tell us what row number in the range it's found. So in this case, ER46-7 is on row 18 in my worksheet, but that's row 17 of the lookup range. When I first read about this, I said, how could this possibly be useful? I've never had a manager call me up and say, hey, what row number is that customer on? It just didn't seem like anything I would ever use. Let's talk about the other function, the index function. This one seems completely useless as well. In the index function, we specify a range, such as K2 to K29. We then have to tell Excel which row in the range and which column in the range we'd like to return. I thought about that and I said, okay, if I wrote equal index K2 to K29, I want the fifth row and the first column, why would I ever do that? It would be so much simpler just to say equal K6. It made no sense to me how either of these functions would ever work. But it turns out that if you put them together, they solve this problem of the VLOOKUP left. The inside function, the match function, goes and finds what row number in the range our product is found on. And then we take that number and put it as the row number argument in the index function. So index says, look through the prices in K2 to K29. Which row number do we want? We want the row that matches the SKU in C2. Pretty slick. Now again, I can hear the Excel veterans saying, hey, it just would have been simpler to take the price in column K and move it over to N. I agree with you, but in case there's ever a situation where you can't move the column, using index and match is a great solution. Let's move on.